So many women feel very overwhelmed, especially if they feel like they're having thyroid issues and they are deficient in a lot of their hormones. So then the question is, what should you fix first? Should you fix your thyroid or should you start on hormone replacement therapy? And there's some key points whenever you're making this decision, so stay tuned. If you're new to me, my name is Sherry. I'm certified in menopause health and hormone optimization. I love to educate women as they transition into menopause so they can feel comfortable in their bodies again. Now, the one thing that you need to understand is that hormones, they do not work by themselves. They work in conjunction with other hormones in your body. And they're always communicating back and forth, okay? Hormones like insulin, hormones like your thyroid hormones, okay? Also your sex hormones, estradiol, progesterone, testosterone. Now, at our clinic, this is why we always check all of your hormones. We look at your thyroid. We look at your sex hormones together. And there's a reason behind it because we don't want to be guessing why you're feeling the way that you do. So let me go in a little bit more deeper because this is important for you to understand. Your thyroid is extremely important when you're trying to balance hormones. And it's because your thyroid affects your metabolism and it affects energy at the cellular level. So if your thyroid hormones are low, now specifically I'm talking about the active thyroid hormone, which is also called T3. If that's the one that's circulating, or I should say lack of it, can cause symptoms. Now, if that is low, your cells are not going to be able to respond to other hormones in your body. And actually, if your T3 is low, you can have symptoms of low metabolism, weight gain, brain fog. You can have cold hands and feet. You can have dry skin, thinning eyebrows, thinning eyelashes, thinning hair. It can also affect your mood. You can feel super low, having no motivation. And a lot of times, even if you're on hormone replacement, if your T3 is low, guess what? Your body doesn't always respond to it. And this is because your cells in your body don't have enough energy. And because of that, other hormones in your body like estradiol, testosterone, they cannot work at an optimum level. But along with checking your thyroid hormones, you have to check the sex hormones, your estradiol, your total testosterone, free testosterone. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can be checked. For example, estrogen, if you're replacing it, it's really important because it affects your thyroid binding proteins and metabolism as well. So if those levels are low, estradiol, testosterone, even progesterone, then your thyroid's function sometimes can be impaired as well. Now, that's not always the case, but in some women it is. And this is why it's important to test both of them in conjunction. Now, when I first see a client in our clinic, I always want to get that big picture. I want to see exactly where they're at on all levels. So I will typically check a TSH, a T3, a T4, a TPO, because I want to see if there's any inflammation going on in their thyroid. I also look at estradiol. I look at total testosterone, free testosterone, and also sex hormone binding globulins. Because these two systems, guess what? They are connected. So then the next question is, well, should you treat them both at the same time or start with thyroid or hormone replacement? Well, treatment is going to be very individualized to you based on your levels, your symptoms, and your medical history. Sometimes optimizing your thyroid hormones and how your thyroid functions is going to be better because it's going to help your body respond to hormone replacement therapy. But sometimes it's better to treat them both together or just treat the deficiencies in sex hormones. But like I said, it's individualized based on you. Okay, so what works for one person is not going to be the same treatment for another person. The goal is finding what is out of balance in your body and then fixing the right pieces at the right time. And sometimes you do it at the same time. You'll treat both thyroid and do hormone replacement because it comes down to making sure you're supporting those systems in your body that are out of balance. So the bottom line is you want to look at the full picture. Look at both thyroid and sex hormones and then talk with your hormone specialist to come up with a plan that's going to be best for you so that we can start feeling better again. So I hope this answered your question. Of course, if you have more questions, drop them in the comments. And for more tips when it comes to menopause, hit that follow button, share this with a friend so we can keep going on this journey together.